As I boarded the sleek, modern bullet train known as the Midnight Express, I felt a sense of excitement mixed with apprehension. This train journey promised to be my quickest route ever between Tokyo and Osaka, taking only 2 hours. Every seat was filled and passengers buzzed around me, chatting and settling into their seats. I found mine, located in the center of the car, where the 4 rows faced each other. With a sigh, I leaned against the cool glass window, watching the neon lights of the station fade away as we pulled out of the platform. I didn't know much about the Midnight Express other than what I saw online. It boasted state of the art, design elements, amenities, and features that set it apart from every other mode of transportation available. While intrigued, my anxiety heightened slightly thinking about spending more than an hour cooped up inside a train cab without being able to freely move around outside. What if there's an emergency or something goes awry? To distract myself, I plugged in earbuds and started listening to my favorite music playlist, trying not to think about my worries anymore. I closed my eyes, hoping that sleep might find me sooner rather than later. That way, the trip would be halfway done before I even realized it. Time passed slowly, and eventually I drifted off. At some point in my slumber, a strange dream invaded my consciousness. My mind replayed fragmented images of people walking alone through crowded stations late at night. Hushed conversations late at night. Hushed conversations happening in hushed voices. Footsteps echoing through empty corridors and shadows dancing along walls. These moments blended seamlessly together in a surreal montage, yet they carried a distinct air of dread. It was as though I watched the world passing me by while stuck in another realm altogether. An eerie sensation crept over me, causing my heartbeat to accelerate, but my body remained frozen in sleep. Suddenly, the dream transitioned into a vision unlike anything I'd experienced before. Bright flashes of light erupted in front of me, revealing scenes of grotesque figures reaching through darkness toward the train. But before she had finished speaking, everything went black again. This time, complete silence accompanied the absence of light. I opened my mouth to scream, but nothing happened except for a faint whisper escaping my lips. No sound, not even the rustle of fabric or the movement of breath registered within the void. Then, a single word appeared like a spotlight, illuminating itself solely in the darkness for several seconds before disappearing once more. Never. My mind raced to try and comprehend its significance, but everything stayed black, quiet, and utterly still. It took forever. Or did it? For the whispers to start again, their frequency increasing rapidly until words formed sentences. Then sentences turned into phrases before devolving into random noise. Eventually, sounds merged into one another, creating an indistinguishable mess. Just when things reached fever pitch, reality snapped back into focus in a blinding explosion of colorful pixels followed by chaos. Shape-shifting figures composed entirely of ones and zeros writhed, pulsed, and vibrated in an attempt to escape this virtual domain. Confusion flooded my thoughts as my surroundings resembled a malfunctioning computer program. Before I managed to process any of it, everything imploded into a singularity, consuming us and leaving behind pure white nothingness. It proved to be the longest moment of our lives, because eternity wouldn't have been long enough. We clung desperately to existence as all concepts of self and identity ceased to exist alongside spatial dimensions themselves. Therein lies true madness and oblivion, far worse than death or non-existence ever could hope to accomplish individually. One could argue this experience amounts to a form of living hell, and those few fortunate souls released from that torment might describe it as being cast straight into the abyss. After an undetermined amount of time spent adrift, colors returned abruptly, flickering violently until stabilizing gradually. We found ourselves floating aimlessly within an infinite expanse, completely disconnected from all previous context regarding location and purpose. In retrospect, perhaps, ignorance truly represents us. Why? He repeated as fear started clouding his tone. Our unanimous reply came faster than thought aloud, almost instinctual. To remember. The young man seemed genuinely taken aback upon hearing these words coming from people who endured such trauma mere minutes ago. His voice assumed a gentle quality now, asking softly, "Memory remains inevitable despite attempts made by humans and supernatural entities alike to suppress or alter them. Its power can both create wonders and destroy civilizations. Why do you keep insisting on preserving yours in this place? Surrounded by so many horrors no mortal should bear witness to." For the first time since our arrival here, everyone fell silent, allowing his question to resonate fully. Without warning, tears welled up in my eyes, as they never did during the most harrowing circumstances earlier today. Because I began haltingly, unsure how to articulate feelings caught inexpressible because memories bind strangers as surely as blood ties family members. In fact, sometimes stronger given similar experiences, bridging differences born of backgrounds or cultures. And maybe knowing this suffering connects us, makes it all just a little bit easier to shoulder, or helps prevent history from repeating these mistakes. Minds swelled simultaneously, hearts racing whether for just $3 a month you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my patron community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.